so really similar example to what we just did, but I thought we'd take a look at another one. Okay, so graph the function and its parent graph, and then state the domain and range. So let's start with our parent graph. Oops, let's get this right here. Parent graph is going to be f of x equals 4 to the x, right? So we like to normally choose -1, 0, and 1, right? So if we plug -1 in there, 4 to the negative first is going to be 1 over 4. 4 to the 0 power, anything to 0 power is always 1. And then 4 to the first, 4 times 4 to the first power is simply just 4. So we end up getting -1 and 1/4, 0 and 1, 1 and 4. Okay, so if we graph our parent function here, we are at -1 and we're at a positive 1/4. 0 is at 1 and 1's at 4. Okay, so this looks like there's our asymptote at y equals 0. Looks something kind of like that without the wiggles in there, but you get the idea. Again, asymptote right here at y equals 0. Okay, so there's our parent graph. So then now what we're going to do is let's do all the transformations from our parent graph. Okay, so since it's with the x, we do the opposite. So -1 plus 1 is 1. So we're going to subtract 1 from all of those x's. So -1 and -1 is -2. 1/4 stays the same. 0 minus 1 is -1. And that's 1 for the y. And 1 minus 1 is 0. And that's still 4. Okay, second thing. So the second thing we do is multiply. So we're going to now, and these last two are always with the y's. So we're going to multiply the y's by 1/2. So multiply by 1/2, multiply by 1/2, and we get -2 for the x, and 1/4 times 1/2 is 1/8. So really close to 0, but not quite. And this is -1. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. And then this is at 0, and 4 times 1/2 is 2. Okay, so now we've done that one. And then the third and last thing we always do is we're going to now add 3 to all the y's. So +3, +3, and +3. -2. 1/8 plus 3 is 3 1/8. And we got -1, and then 1/2 plus 3 is 3 1/2. And we got 0, and 2 plus 3 is 5. So now we have our points that we're going to plot. So at -2, we are at 3. Let's see, sorry, 1, 2, 3 1/8. At -1, we are at 3 1/2. And at 0, we are at 5. Okay, so we know that there's an asymptote. Asymptote at 3 on this one here, right? So right here at 3, we draw a little asymptote here. And then this graph is going to get really close to that asymptote, but not actually hit it. And then it's going to go up like so. Okay? Domain for all these is going to be all real numbers, because you can put in any x or any y into that equation and make it work. The range, the lowest this thing ever gets is 3. Put a y here in the middle. And then the highest it ever gets, it goes to infinity, so we don't even put anything for infinity. And then it's always the less than sign. So that means y is always going to be greater than 3 on this. Okay? Okay, that's all we have for transforming exponential functions. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask.